I kicked my own parents out of my house in front of my entire family, and now half my relatives say I'm a terrible son. But after what they did to my wife, I honestly don't know what else I was supposed to do. So, AITA, I'm a 31-year-old guy from Ohio, and I've been married to my wife, Emily, for 3 years. She's kind, hardworking, and the most supportive person I've ever met. The only problem? My parents have never liked her. They constantly compared her to my ex-girlfriend, criticized her career, and acted like she wasn't good enough for our family. Emily never fought back. She always smiled, stayed respectful, and tried to keep the peace. Last weekend, we invited my family over for a barbecue at our house. Everything was going great. Everyone was laughing, eating, and enjoying themselves. Then, right in the middle of dinner, my mom stood up with a smile and handed me a sealed envelope. She said, "It's time you fix the biggest mistake of your life." I opened it. Inside were pictures of my ex-girlfriend, along with her phone number. Before I could even speak, my dad laughed and said, "She's still single. You should give her another chance." The entire table went completely silent. I looked over at Emily. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She quietly put down her fork, whispered, "Excuse me," and walked into the house. That silence hurt more than any argument ever could. I stood up, handed the envelope back to my mom and said, "Both of you need to leave, right now." At first they laughed. They thought I was joking. But when I opened the front door and waited, they realized I wasn't. My dad called me ungrateful. My mom said I was choosing a stranger over my own family. I looked them both in the eyes and said, "No, I'm choosing my wife." Then they left. That night, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. Some relatives said I embarrassed my parents. Others insisted I should apologize because they're getting older. But none of them mentioned how they treated Emily. The worst part? Emily blamed herself. She told me, "I'm sorry your family is fighting because of me." I hugged her and said, "This was never your fault." A few days later, my parents sent me one final message. "Don't contact us until you're ready to apologize." I replied with just one sentence. "I'll apologize after you apologize to my wife." Since then, nothing. Complete silence. Some people think I overreacted. Others say I finally stood up for my marriage. So, AITA for kicking my parents out after they publicly humiliated my wife.